So there are a lot of ways that if you did not agree with the Green New Deal, if you didn't think that we need to do something serious about climate change, there's a lot of different ways that you could try to get that across. But many of them are as yet unexplored. The right seems to have two strategies. One is attacking the messengers. Two is lying about what's in the plan. And Tucker Carlson is a big fan of both of these strategies. And because last Friday, Chris Hayes had a town hall on the Green New Deal with Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, as well as others, he's going to engage in some of this strategizing. So first, here's a screenshot from Tucker Carlson's recent show about that. Green New Deal, our only hope for survival. And if you just look at that, you might come away thinking, oh, he's going to seriously address this topic. And also, man, he really can't have a photo taken without a weird look on his face. But no, he's talking about Chris Hayes there, not about Chris Hayes' argumentation, but he wants to attack Chris Hayes specifically for like physical characteristics and his ideology in relation to women for some reason. Had nothing to do with the town hall, but this is what Tucker Carlson had to say. Chris Hayes is what every man would be if feminists ever achieved absolute power in this country. Apologetic, bespectacled, and deeply, deeply concerned about global warming and the patriarchal systems that cause it. Now that, accidentally, that's the deepest thing that Tucker Carlson has ever said, but not for any of the reasons he wanted it to be. The reason it's deep is because a lot of people looked at that and thought, I know that he's trying to insult him, but I don't think that he actually is. So first of all, apologetic. I don't know what in that town hall Chris Hayes was supposedly apologizing for. Maybe he's apologizing to future generations about our lack of action on climate change. I don't know. That seems warranted. He's bespectacled. Like if feminists get power, they're gonna make us wear Warby Parkers? I don't understand what the criticism is. What are you talking about? And I love the idea that he's got a big audience. There's a lot of uniformly older white male people watching him laughing. Some of them are wearing spectacles and they're laughing. Yeah, he's not a man because he's not going through his day with worse vision than he needs to for some reason. And then also deeply, deeply concerned about global warming and the patriarchal systems that cause it. Now, that's the Tucker Carlson recipe right there. There's nothing about the patriarchal system that they were talking about right there. I think that's a perfectly valid thing to talk about and to think about, but that's not what Chris Hayes is talking about either on his show night after night or during that town hall either. But he is deeply concerned about global warming, and just being concerned about that to Tucker Carlson is both a joke and something that you would have to be being prompted by a woman to believe that. Makes absolutely no sense, but bear in mind, Tucker Carlson is the thinking man's conservative. Is any of that facts don't care about your feelings? Is any of that logic and like I'm just gonna make an argument, I'm gonna craft it, and it will be indisputable? No, it's just making fun of Chris Hayes because he wears glasses. I guess he could have gotten LASIK, he's got the money, maybe he likes wearing glasses, I don't know. Why did you wear bow ties for years, Tucker? Nobody understands that. But you chose to brand yourself as a person who wears bow ties. It's perfectly fine. It works for some people. Bill Nye looks cool in them. It didn't work for you, and the only thing worse than you wearing them was that you were shamed on TV about wearing them, so you stopped wearing them. Dude, if you're gonna wear something, commit to it. Every time someone tells me, John, stop wearing mesh tank tops, I buy another mesh tank top. I'm not backing up at this point. That's what being a man is. But Tucker doesn't understand that. And here's the thing, Tucker has a very weird relationship with women and with masculinity. What you need to understand about Tucker is what you need to understand about virtually every man right of center in this country. At the base level, below all of their political values, political preferences, political policies, all of it, is deep concern that someone will imply that they're not manly enough. That's all it is. That's why they're so obsessed with cucks and cucking and being cucked and all of that. They're really worried that someone is going to take their woman and imply that they're not a good man. And so that's why he continually lashes out in this way. You know what I think is manly? Not caring about what other people think about your manliness and defining it for yourself based on the values that you hold. But for him, no, it should be generated by people like Tucker Carlson, a guy who I don't want to go as low as he goes, but I will say that this is a guy who has never had a genuine conversation, never had an authentic relationship based on personality in his life. He is an heir. Every dollar he has is generated by his heir status, both the direct money that was handed to him by his family and also the jobs he got, not because he was qualified, but for decades because of the connections he had. That's why he's on TV right now. It's not to say that he doesn't have any skills. He does have a skill. He knows what white supremacists want to hear, and he delivers it to them every single night on his program. That's his skill, and it's a very monetizable one in the modern day. But when it comes to women, which do you honestly prefer? Do you prefer a bespectacled Chris Hayes who talks about global warming and apparently got very good ratings for it? Or do you prefer a guy who says things like this? No, actually, men don't need to be more sensitive. You just need to be quiet and kind of do what you're told. Or maybe, she seems extremely, I'm not going to say it, it's a British thing, it starts with the C, you know what he said. That's what he says, and he says, I love women, but they're extremely primitive, they're basic, they're not that hard to understand. Now I know what you're thinking, yes, that's an insult against women, but he doesn't seem to despise them as much as he despises Iraqis, that's true. But they're both in the category of bad types of people from his point of view. So, look, I think there's a reason that you never see women talking about how much they love Tucker Carlson. It's not designed for women. It's designed for people who look and act and think exactly like Tucker Carlson. Thank you very much for watching this clip from The Damage Report. If you liked it, don't forget to subscribe to this channel and ring the bell on YouTube to get notifications of our new videos. And of course, you can catch the full Damage Report live every weekday at 1 p.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Pacific on TYT Network on YouTube TV.